Hello again, it's Forrest here from Worldwide Smart Homes and the California Foundation for Independent Living Centers. Today we'll be discussing the pros and cons of running your smart home technology in a local-only setup. Now, why would we want to do this? Well, most smart home devices sold today come with an app that you install on your iPhone or Android device that you use to configure and control them. But that means you're entirely dependent on your internet being up, cloud services such as AWS being available, and the device vendor's web services working. Now, for non-disabled folks, having to manually control our devices will normally just cause a slight inconvenience. But if it just took you 5 minutes to get yourself into bed due to mobility challenges, and then you realize that you forgot to turn some lights off or to check to see that the front door was locked, not being able to do so with your smart home tech can be agonizing. So, how do we ensure that our smart home technology is not cloud dependent? Let's start with a local-only smart home hub. A smart home hub is the brains in a smart home, and it performs a number of functions. The hub knows what each smart home device does in our home and what we call it. Next, the hub acts as a translator between multiple protocols, so we can have devices from various vendors and be rest assured that they'll most likely work in our environment. Third, and most importantly, the hub is where we create and run our scenes, routines, and automations, which is the real magic behind any smart home environment. Some great local-only hubs include open source projects like Home Assistant or OpenHab, or more proprietary hardware-based solutions like Habitat or Fabaro. Next, let's look at devices. Now, these include smart locks, sensors of all sorts, light switches, bulbs, automatic door openers or window openers, smart appliances, etc. Now, I mentioned protocols earlier. Think of a protocol as a language that smart home devices use to communicate with the hub and with each other. The four main protocols used in smart homes are IP over Wi-Fi, Z-Wave, Zigbee, and Bluetooth. There are pros and cons to each of these protocols, but the important thing to remember is that devices that use IP over Wi-Fi are generally not suitable for local-only control, as they usually need to be controlled by the vendor's services in the cloud. For simple local-only control, Zigbee is a solid choice, and if you make sure all of your smart home devices use Zigbee to communicate, the setup, maintenance, and ongoing support of your smart home system will be much simpler. If having a voice assistant is key to your well-being, let's look at a great alternative to the cloud-dependent voice assistants such as Amazon's Alexa, Google Assistant, or Apple's Siri. This alternative is called Mycroft, and it's an open-source project with a fantastic community of developers. Mycroft can be downloaded and run on a microcomputer, such as a Raspberry Pi. It can be run on an old laptop you might have lying around, or you can buy a custom-built Mycroft device from the website mycroft.io. If you have devices or automations that are key to your safety, security, or well-being, taking them off the cloud and running them in a local-only environment will radically reduce latency and provide much more stable, dependable system. This will give you a lot more confidence in your smart home environment and a greater sense of independence. Thank you for watching.